Hello everyone and welcome to the finale of the Stardew Valley Trials. After 8 weeks of fighting for power, struggling for survival, and making friends and enemies, it all comes down to this. It's been over 2 months since we recorded the Marine Marathon, but today all of the competitors are reconnecting to see how the final Golden Mask Challenge played out. We've got a lot to cover, so I wanted to just very quickly plug our limited edition Stardew Valley Trials t-shirts. Em and I have been working really hard to bring you all the best designs that we can, and I honestly think that we've done a great job. The first option has the Stardew Valley Trials written across the front with a bunch of meaningful stuff to the series. The second option shows off the iconic Golden Mask. The third option is my personal favorite, showing off the most memorable part of each episode, and the fourth option has the Trials logo on it. Also, we've introduced a new shirt to the mix inspired by one of my favorite lines from the whole series, courtesy of Brandigan. I've tried my hardest to bring you all the best shirts that I could for a great price, but remember that they're only available for one more week, so get them while you can. The link to the shop, as well as all of my other normal merch, is in the description, and if you're watching the finale, I think it's probably safe to say that you enjoy the series, so I'd really appreciate if you considered buying one. Thank you everyone for joining me. I've got a couple of questions for our final three to get started here. What does it feel like to be in the final three? Let's start with Therm.
Well, it's absolutely wild. When it first started and there were 14 people, I kind of just subconsciously blocked out the idea that I'd make it that far, and I was like, I'm just gonna try to not be eliminated first because I want to be in as many of these episodes as possible because they're so fun. Just even being in the final was always kind of out of the picture, but it's very exciting to be here. It's very cool. I'm quite pleased with myself.
You know, I'm kind of with Therm. When we started, I was like, wow, I can't wait to be the guy that goes upstairs and opens the door first in the scary movie or whatever. But you know, it's been a long time coming. I think it's been a really exciting experience, and I hate you for making us do this.
It's been pretty hype so far. I mean, I feel like everybody expected me to be here, but nobody at the same time. So the fact that I'm here is honestly very funny to me.
True.
So,
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you expect to make it this far?
no, honestly, I did not. I thought I would eventually falter.
What about Leap and Therm?
No,
You didn't expect to make it this far?
definitely not.
Not until about 3 episodes ago, and then I thought, you know what? Maybe
Yeah, it was mostly because I don't have my only experience with competitive Stardew Valley was the cup, and we got dead last, my team. So I figured, okay, I'm probably one of the worst ones here. But then once we started getting into the swing of things, I was like, okay, I can hold my own. And then it became more realistic of I think I can make it to the finale if I really buckle down. And here I am.
Very nice. Well, although our final three knows how the marathon turned out, no one else has seen it unfold yet, so let's all take a look together.
You know, for a long time, I didn't really feel like I belonged here. There are some Stardew Valley giants around me, but I think I do deserve to be here. I've fought hard, and I've partnered up with strong competitors. I've recovered from my own mistakes, planned well, prepared as much as possible. I've lied and backstabbed and broken promises, but what does that say about me? Is it just for the sake of a game? A trophy? Some money? Is this who I am? I guess we'll find out.
Shawnee's elimination has forced me to stop hiding behind my alliances and start playing for myself. That doesn't really mean I've cut ties with everyone. As far as I know, Leapalot and I are still buds, I think. Though if he's somehow still cool with me, it's probably a bit testy since I did have to send him into the elimination game last week. At this point, all I really care about is making it through the finale. I don't have the energy or hydration left in my body to weep anymore about everything that's happened. I'm pretty sure that if I had tried to cry at this point, nothing would come out, so.
I'm feeling pretty good about this. I feel like my voice doesn't sound like that, but I'm definitely feeling pretty good. I don't really have a preference or who will be going to the final two with me if I get to pick. Leap did help me out last week, but that was more of a mutual agreement to just, give the boot to Shawnee. For me at this point, I just think it's better player wins.
There are only 2 people advancing to the finals. That means either Habu or Therm needs to go home if I'm going to make it. The little reptilian part of my brain is analyzing my chances against either of them. The finale is a vote, right? Who would give me a better chance at winning? It's more psychological than anything at this point. Would people vote for me over Therm? Over Habu? I don't think there's an easy answer to that question. And I've promised them both I would work with them. There's not really a happy ending here.
All right, everyone, this is it. the final golden mask of the season. The winner of this challenge not only guarantees themselves a seat in the finale, but they will also be solely responsible for choosing who to eliminate and who they want to join them in the end. Everyone hook a fish, because the last person still in the fishing minigame will be the winner. Good luck.
An endurance challenge. Don't catch the fish, don't lose the fish. And we're not catching legends or anything here, just simple daytime ocean fish. The way this is set up, we basically just have to focus for as long as we can. Z said something along the lines of, whoever wants it the most will win. Fair enough. I don't think Habu or Therm really trust me completely, but I have kind of allied with both of them. Even if I don't win here, they might think it's better to take me to the finale. Obviously, being dragged into the final match is not a good way to get on the jury's side, but I have kind of made it a habit of sneaking past eliminations and just kind of sliding my way forward through this competition. If I win here, I might just have to flip a coin to decide who advances with me. If I lose here, I'd say it's about 50-50 whether the winner brings me along. Do they think that they'd beat me in voting is basically the question. But do either of them even think that way? Or am I just projecting my own thoughts onto people that are simply focused on performing?
So the news that the final winner is decided by vote isn't really great for me, since my brotherhood with Seanie put me in a lot of hot water with folks by association. Plus my golden mask hot streak towards the end forced me to cut ties with alliance mates by my own hand. But all I can do at this point is just try my best to make it through today's challenge and hopefully into the finale. As far as who I'd actually like to join me in the final two, if I can make it, that depends. If I just want to win, probably Habu. The winner at this point is picked by just a pure vote, and since Leapalot is so freaking sweet and lovable, I don't think I would ever stand a chance against him. In all honesty though, I think I'd definitely prefer it to be Habu. Sure, it would be the best tactical pick, but that's not actually my main motivator here. So when the Discord server for this event was first opened, I was so excited to meet everyone competing, since I was meeting a lot of them for the first time. And one of the first messages I saw was from Habu. I can't remember the exact phrasing, but it was something along the lines of, "You guys are some confident players if you don't target me from the first round." This was before I knew him really well, so right then and there, my ultimate goal became defeating Habu. And honestly, what better way to do that than in the finale? In my eyes, anyone who jaws off in a public chat about how good they are becomes public enemy number one. Nothing personal, Habu, it's just business.
I guess the strategic play would to just pick the person you think you have higher odds of getting more votes in for the jury. But I kind of already said I don't have a preference and that the better players should win, so I don't think it really makes a difference who I pick.
I want to play my music. I should have gotten some music going before starting.
I can hear my heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't like this very much.
The very last challenge in the Stardew Valley Trials. The final hurdle before we put it all to a vote. The cool thing about this challenge is that we're on a pretty even playing field. This challenge doesn't really favor any specific player. The not so cool thing about this challenge is that we're all doing it together, like within a few pixels of each other, on a call together. It means we have time to talk, time to wheel and deal, or just to think. I don't really need more time to think right now. I would almost prefer a more fast-paced challenge, something where I just have to fight for my life, like the elimination with Seanie.
All right, so this challenge has one task. Keep the fish on the line, which means since we're all hooking really easy fish, you just have to intentionally suck at fishing. I don't have to intentionally suck at fishing, so suck on that, Habu. It comes naturally. I tend to lose focus and zone out very easily when I do things, so that is definitely going to be my biggest obstacle in this challenge. I am walking on eggshells right now. This is so tense.
I don't think I was ever worried about failing the fish, but actually catching it. Z instructed us to get a quote-unquote easy fish, so it was less about the difficulty of keeping the fish on the line, but the struggle of keeping the fish on the line for so long, because one mistake will just cost you the entire trials. So yes, I was definitely really worried about catching it over failing it because of that. Bro, I'm so scared I'm gonna catch it.
Don't catch it, Habu. I'm scared I'm gonna lose it. I keep getting close to losing it. I got into the red a couple times, which is frightening.
Willie must think we are absolute garbage at fishing. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment by spending hours on this freaking sardine. The atmosphere is tense. My palms are sweaty, my knees are weak, and gosh dang if my arms don't feel heavy. If I had all the symptoms of what I'm going through right now, I would think I was about to have a stroke. Seconds pass, minutes pass, hours pass. Actually, I don't think we ever even, no, hours didn't pass. That's really dramatic. It felt like hours passed. Okay, it was really boring is what I'm trying to convey here.
Yeah, so the game is not hard. It is exactly what we thought it was going to be. Just tedious, boring, time to converse. It's kind of awkward almost. Like, we're friends, but we can't be friends. But none of us are really antagonistic. Like, we don't want anyone to go home at this point. This is tough.
So I think the idea of this was supposed to be that we just try to outlast each other until we get to the point where one of us starts to crack and then we start bargaining. What actually happened is that we all got set up, made small talk for like a couple minutes, and then immediately I initiated. I was like, all right, we gotta make a deal here. Because while I am perfectly able to outlast forever, if no one wants to make a deal, I am totally on board with just sitting here and pulling an all-nighter. I will do that. But I feel like there's no point in that if we can all come to an agreement of some sort. It's just hard because no one's gonna agree to going home when they're this close to the finale. So I really don't know how we're gonna make any headway.
We might have to like strike up a deal before then.
Want to strike up a deal? Who's going in though?
Well, the thing is, someone's going home,
Yeah, I know.
so it's like it's hard to strike a deal because no one wants to go home at this point. It's so fun.
I mean, I'm more in this for the trophy more than the money, so it's like if you guys are more in for the money,
Stop! Don't try it.
catch it,
Getting
Therm, catch
spicy
it.
with me. I don't want to. He's getting spicy with me, and it's messing with my head.
I'm concerned he's gonna get spicy with me when I start like dropping him low.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, no, that frightens me.
Just a second ago, it was like towards the bottom and I was getting out underneath it. And then it was like, let me come find you down there.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was a series of words that meant more in my head.
No, it happens. It definitely happens. Here's the thing. I'm just trying to think of like, because I'm sure for content Z wants us to try to like bargain. I haven't thought this, like what the ramifications of this would be, but something that we could do is I could just duck out intentionally and leave it to you two to duke it out. And just in the return for like a promise not to vote for me that you could absolutely betray if you wanted to. Because that could make it interesting. Just know that I would be very depressed if I threw and I got voted out, but I'm still going. I'm just saying,
we could
like,
go
that
with
could
what
be-
I said earlier and vote Z out instead and have 3 people.
I was about
in
to
the
say, can we
final.
just Hunger Games this and just all lose the fish?
Everyone
Like,
quits.
No.
I think I've made a strange but very peaceful decision. This competition has become something surprisingly important in my life. That's really only because of the people I've met. I've made some amazing friends, people I never would have known. And honestly, these people are so important to me that it's almost hard to describe. I spend my evenings live with them. You know, I talk to them over Discord, Twitch, and YouTube every day. We've celebrated milestones together, both in creator terms and in real life. I mean, these people threw me a surprise birthday party. No cameras, no recording, we weren't making content. It was just friends, hanging out and playing games. This community has always been a cozy, wholesome, and welcoming place. I don't think Trials changes that, but I think it almost changed me. I'm not going to betray anybody else. I'm not going to break any more promises. Maybe it is just a game. Maybe I'm stupid to not try to go all the way, but I'm happy with what I accomplished. I can't be a snake. I can only be me. I caught it. You guys have to decide.
Oh my God. Leap a lot.
Leap.
I told you both that I would vote for the other person, and I just am not going to do that.
Whoa.
Leap, that is fire. I got goosebumps.
So
I'm crying.
wow.
It's all an act. I'm not crying. You're crying.
So, Leap, I do want to ask you then. I mean, we just heard from past you, but you know, what were you thinking during that time?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty much what I said. Like, I didn't want to wake up the next morning and think like I just did that to a friend, you know? I don't know. At this point, you know, we had seen what Seanie had done. And I didn't want to think of myself like that.
Dang, Sean, how do you feel about that?
I mean,
It's funny.
it worked, so I don't.
Like I said, it's
And
just a
and
game.
I
It's
mean,
just
like,
a game.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I mean, it worked for me. I guess I'm not up there, but I definitely probably had the most fun of anybody in this competition. So I always knew I was never gonna win.
All right, so then Leap. Now it's been almost 2 months since you made that decision. Are you happy with it?
I think so. I think there's always going to be a part of me that thinks like, you know, I should have tried to go all the way, and if I didn't and I didn't make it, then that would be one thing. But leaving on my own terms, it feels good. It feels right, and I just didn't have to be a snake.
All right, well, we will see how the rest of the competition unfolds, and we'll see whether or not that decision costs you your life in the Stardew Valley Trials.
After 20 minutes of nothing happening except fishing and small talk, something happens. Leapalot catches his fish. To this day, I still do not know why he did it. I think it was intentional though. From the way he was talking afterwards, once he caught the fish, he just said, all right, you guys figure it out from here. I genuinely think he just wanted everything to be out of his control from this point on. So now we immediately have a bargaining point because now it's just Habu and I talking. Because unless we strike a deal, the two of us are going to be fishing for a while.
Oh my god, I am losing it, dude.
My contacts are drying out. Because I'm not blinking enough.
So now that it's us two, Therm, what do you
Yes.
think for a deal? What do you want to do?
I don't know, because the thing is, we could just sit here for freaking hours and duke it out, and that would be kind of boring.
What?
Here's the deal. I could say, I'm going to duck out now if you promise to vote out Leapalot, but one, I don't want to see Leapalot get voted out, and two, you would have all the power to just be like, yeah, deal, and then be like, all right, I vote
also
out
would feel
Therm.
bad because Leap gave me the extra vote on Seanie, so I didn't
That's
have to
true. Leap
participate in
did.
elimination.
Clutch up there. Very, very true.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just no way to come out of this feeling very clean.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't even know
I'm
what
glad
my
I'm getting this
highest
on
odds of, like, if I want to win the tournament, thinking about it, I don't even know what my highest odds are, like, who's going to vote for Leap, or who's going to vote for you if I'm in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How long do you, like, want to do this for?
I mean, I got nothing all night. I'm pretty sleep deprived, but I will go
God.
as long as it takes.
But it's like,
Yeah.
who's going to do it? Are you going to bail out and trust me, or am I going to bail out and trust you?
Yeah, we could, cause like it's so awkward, especially because the Leap is literally between us, like a foot from each
I
of
mean,
us.
again,
walk away.
I said it at the start. I originally planned on just voting.
Yeah.
If I won, I voted the person who's out first.
Like Habu, what we could do is we could both duck out, or just one of us duck out, doesn't matter, and then just make a pact to have us two be the final two, and then just hope that we don't get betrayed by the other.
Yeah, I mean, one of us is always going to be at risk.
I obviously I would feel bad. I would feel like
I mean,
I'm not saying
it's
I would.
always gonna feel bad,
I
but
will.
it's like when
Exactly,
Z
and, like-
said that the winner gets to vote out the last person. Like, the reason I thought, oh, I'm just gonna vote out the last person, it's like I don't really want to put somebody in. I'd rather just be the person
Exactly.
who comes in last.
Just be
loses.
unbiased. Yeah, it's because like I will feel terrible if we go through with this and like vote out Leapalot. So what are we thinking, Habu? What do you want to do?
I mean, it depends on how long you want to go here, but I think I'm going with what I said. Like, I'm sorry, Leap, but you were out first, and that's what my original thought was.
All right, then if I duck out now, you're not voting for me?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna catch the fish. All right, I caught the fish. It was a sardine.
Well then, Habu, what did it feel like to be the winner of the last golden mask of the season?
Poetic in some ways, because again, as I said, like, I feel like everybody expected me to be here, but at the same time, nobody did. Losing the very first one and then winning the final one kind of just like says my journey.
Yeah, you made it so far off of your ability to win challenges. I think it was only fitting that you won the very last one. So then, Therm, was it tough for you to put your fate into somebody else's hands, you know, even if you had Habu's word that he was going to take you along?
Well, yeah. I mean, it always is, and especially just like that's the biggest thing that changed since the beginning of this is that since the beginning I just assumed like there's not gonna be, no one's gonna lie, everyone's friends. Like that was naive, obviously, but like I was like, and then by over the course of the whole season, I was like in the passenger's seat to a lot of like saying one thing and doing something else. I was thinking when I caught the fish, I was like, man, How much do you want to bet I just screwed myself?
Leap, you were in a call with them the entire time. What were you thinking during this point? I know you didn't really speak too much when they were kind of basically making a deal to send you home. What were you thinking?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty at peace with whatever happened, I think. If they want to take me forward, if Habu wants to select me and bring me to the end, then that's fine. And if he wants to send me home, it is what it is. It's been an amazing competition and a fantastic time. And the best part of it for me was all of the people. Got to spend so much time with all these people that I deeply care about. And I will always have that regardless of what happens here.
All right, well then let's find out who Habu picked to bring with him to the final two.
Like, Therm just immediately full trusted my word, even though I was teamed with Leap last round, and just immediately caught the fish, not even asking me to do it myself. Like, he didn't ask me to do it. He just did it himself and caught the fish. And it was like, what? You're trusting me that much, bruh.
The second Leapalot caught that fish, he sealed his fate. And honestly, I feel like he was aware of that. Obviously, I am leaving myself open to betrayal here, because there is a chance that I could duck out and then Habu kick me out. But I have a feeling that Habu won't do that. And if I get burned in front of thousands and thousands of viewers, I don't think I'll ever forgive you, Habu. Just a heads up. If I catch this fish and you vote me out, I was gonna say something really violent and then realize that in reality, I'd probably just get really sad. So don't do it. I don't want to be sad, all right?
Even with the agreement, there is still the issue with keeping Therm over Leaf in my head. Therm played the game very well. He won the same amount, if not more, main challenges than I did, as well as being on the team as quote-unquote the mastermind of the entire trials. Like, he played a great game, even though he was more of like a shadow. I would argue he played the game like just as well, if not better than me, in like a strategic mindset. He would be much harder to compete against, where Leap, he was more like a ghost. Like, his presence was there, but he didn't do anything that attracted attention the entire time. If you make it final 3 with that strategy, that's also impressive, but it's like, I don't know. Therm is definitely a much harder matchup for me. Oh my god. You know, I thought I would be out the 3rd episode, but here I am, still just playing, winning, enjoying myself. And you know, it's fun playing with the guys, and it's sad that you gotta vote people out. I want to say, I like to be able to say I'm a man of my word, and I'm not gonna backstab Therm. Did Therm backstab me the entire game? No, he may have had an alliance with Seanie Dew the entire time, which was very open and blatant and somewhat really mean to Leap and Brandigan towards the end here, but that's just how the game's played. And I was never backstabbed. At the same time, I'm remorseful that I'm going to be voting out Leap, because he is one of the only people who actually reached out to me in this lone journey after I had to kick out my own teammate. But the game has to come to a close. Like, sure, you put me in the elimination I don't know how many times. You guys won a lot, which was impressive, but you never actually backstabbed me, so I can't backstab you here,
Yeah,
is
I mean,
saying here. There's no reason for me to.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going with my original thing, and
all right.
Like, first one out, sorry.
It's totally your call if you want to switch it up at the last second.
I'm sorry, Leap, but I will end up being ruthless. I don't really want to backstab Therm just because he hasn't backstabbed me the entire game, even though it's like he was in the alliance with Seanie the entire time, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but...
You know what? There was only one way for me to come out of this, not being upset with myself, and that was more important. And winning is cool, money is cool, but I actually felt like bad for a second there with Seanie.
Yeah, it sucks. I guess you were on a team with him, so it's even worse.
Yeah, like... he got into chat and he was like, so we're gonna vote Hab, right? And I was like, yep, and then I'll do my best against him. That was not what I did. So you know what? If that's the way the votes go, then it is what it is.
With all regrets and sadness, I'm going to stick with my word and Leapalot. I'm sorry, but you were the first to catch the fish, so
don't be sorry, man.
You will be eliminated.
I knew what it was.
With that, Leapalot has been eliminated, and you are becoming the 5th member of our jury. Leap, do you want to say anything as like a goodbye message? Because everyone else gets on the bus at this point, but do you want to have any parting words for the series?
Do I have any deep thoughts? No, not really. I don't have any thoughts, but I love you all so much. This has been amazing, and good luck to you two in the voting here.
Good job, Leap.
Thank you.
At this point, all that's left is for the jury to vote on who they think deserves to be the winner of the trials. But before we do that, each member of the jury is going to get a chance to ask one question to the final two. I believe you've all prepared questions ahead of time, so KingNooblit, you're first.
Habu, I really have to ask, is there any mistake you think Therm made during the trials? And do you think that mistake is big enough that he should lose because of it?
You know, you feel like I should just bash Therm on a question like this, but I honestly can't totally do it because I feel like his only mistake was not telling Seanie to stop. Z gave him partnership with Seanie at the very start of the game. He was forced into that. He didn't get a choice. But he does get a choice to tell Seanie to stop. Seanie was being the snake the entire time, while Therm was just being a bystander. Everybody but Seanie in the jury was basically backstabbed by Seanie at some point. Brandigan, King was, especially you, Matthew. Leap, you got to eliminate Seanie, but it doesn't mean that he wasn't trying to turn against you. It wasn't Therm's fault, but again, he was just a bystander the entire time.
Matt, your question?
Habu, do you believe that you deserve to be the winner?
Yes. And the reason why is because I played the game that I wanted to play as soon as the trials started. I knew that I was never going to be able to be in an alliance throughout the entire trials. Everybody was going to be against me. So the only way I had to win was to win. I had to win as many challenges as I could. I couldn't back down, and I'm here because of that. I never gave up. I just kept going. I won Elim challenge after Elim challenge, even though every single week that I didn't win, I was thrown into it. I never backstabbed. I never lied. I just played a clean, straightforward game.
All right. Brandon, your question?
Oh
boy. You know, it was really hard deciding who to ask a question to, but Thermus. Let me set the scene a little bit.
Please don't.
We were off on an egg hunt, and we had messed up controls, and, you know, it was a rough go of it, but, you know, I was very happy because one of our alliance won the golden masks. Therm, you won that golden mask, and I was very proud of you. But then you have to choose one of me, Seanie, or Leap to throw into elimination against Habu. Something happened here, and it's been bothering me ever since. When you had to choose between me and Leap for elimination, did you actually flip that coin? Why or why not?
Okay, I did flip the coin, but I'm not going to lie and say that I was totally resolved to leaving it up to pure chance, because I definitely was strongly considering just fudging the result of the coin and picking you, mainly because, first of all, the reason I did a coin flip and didn't make it just between the three of you is that while we did say in this alliance that we were gonna like try our hardest to be the final four, the very first pact I made in this challenge, and the pact that I wanted to stay most faithful to, was from literally episode 1 when I got paired up with Seanie, and Seanie said, no matter what, we're making it to the final 2. Like, you know what, you're right. So that was my goal the whole time, was trying to get Seanie and I as far as we could. So, plus just backstabbing. If I have to backstab someone, I'd rather backstab an alliance member than like a literal partner. So I just left it between you and Leap. And at that point, I'm thinking, either way, I'm betraying someone here. I literally do not have a choice. And no offense to you, Leap, but I do think Brandon is the stronger player. I had to pick one of you two, and I knew that Brandon was definitely the right choice. I still didn't like the idea of lying about a coin flip. So my solution was to say I was going to do a coin flip and then flip a coin if it did actually land on Brandon's side, then it's like, okay, clearly this is fate. And if it landed on Leap's side, then I guess stall for time. It was a very short-sighted plan. I was probably going to end up picking you either way, Brandon. But for the record, it did actually land heads. It's definitely, my intentions were in the wrong place. I'm not going to lie. I was planning to send you into the elimination game, but the coin also agreed. So at that point, I just figured, all right, it's fate. I think I'm going to have to go Brandon here.
Thanks, bud. Good luck.
Therm, my boy, my partner. We were partners for a very long time, and as a lot of people have pointed out, pretty much everybody in this competition, besides 5 people, were eliminated at my hand. And as such, your hand. You seem to have turned and been resentful of our alliance almost. So I guess my question for you is, if you could go back and do it all again, would you do it any differently?
I would want to stay your partner, because imagining going through the trials with anyone else just feels boring to me, because that made recording sessions so much more fun that it was specifically you as my partner. So I would not change our partnership. Absolutely not. What I would change is how I responded to your tactics. I should have shut down the idea from the start. I thought it would be fun, and I guess I didn't look forward enough to realize that it would involve betrayal. I was just short-sighted enough to think, oh, a bunch of alliances? Yeah, that could be fun, without thinking, oh, that's a terrible idea. So I definitely would not have changed our friendship, but I would have changed how we played the game, because I don't think it was fair to everybody else.
All right, and Leap, the final question.
Is it all right if I ask them both a question?
Sure.
Okay. I'm going to follow up on that question and that answer from Therm and Seanie there. Therm, when did you decide that if you were going to win and you were going to sway the judges, that you needed to cut Seanie loose?
I think it was week, I guess it would be 7. Yeah, I think it was the week when Seanie did actually go, because at first I was just kind of having fun and was like, I'm gonna make this last as long as I can. It was week 6 was the huge turning point for me, when both Matt and Brandon went home, and I was thinking, okay, this is really destructive. Plus the idea of Matt and Brandon going home and then the DMs being celebratory, I was like, okay, I hate this. So that was the point where I was like, okay, I don't think, like, obviously, Seanie and I being in the finale would give me the best chance of winning, because Seanie has made enemies with literally everyone here, but it wouldn't feel right. Seanie, I love you, and I had a great time, but I don't think you deserved to make it to the finale. I don't mean that in a mean way, but I think eventually your time had to come, and I think last week was the perfect time for that to happen. I think Leapalot, I think you made a great call there, reaching out to Habu. I really like how that turned out, and I don't like that I couldn't make it all the way with you, Seanie, but I think the way things turned out is about as well as I could have hoped.
All right, Habu, if you could have made it all the way into the final 2 with your original partner, would you have wanted to win against Lichat, or would you have preferred that she won?
I said this during the fishing challenge. At this point, I'm in it for the trophy. So even if my partner was Lichat, I would say yes, I would prefer to win. And that's out of respect for Lichat as a person as well, because I'm sure she would absolutely hate if I just gave her a win. It's the same thing that we did with friendless mode. I wasn't going to give her a free win. We were both trying to stay in this and be in it for as long as we could. So the answer to that question is yes, Leap. I would want to win still.
Thank you.
Therm and Habu, you will each now have one final chance to plead your case for why you think you deserve to win the Stardew Valley Trials. Therm, you're first.
An easy way to sum up this is it's really an opinionated thing of who do you think played the game more in the spirit of the trials, and it's the constant, like, it's the cliche of, oh, who played Stardew Valley, but who played the trials. But I think I played the trials, and I don't think it's an opinionated issue, because here's what I think. In terms of just Stardew Valley skill, of course Habu has the win here. But that's not what this event's about. That was the Stardew Valley Cup, and Habu got his win there. The Stardew Valley Cup was a Stardew speedrun competition, pure skill-based. In my opinion, the Trials is about getting in the mix with people, forming alliances, breaking alliances, and being able to adapt to wacky challenges. And I think I did that better than Habu did. Because I went through like each episode, and I did actually win more main challenges than Habu did. And like, you can make the argument that I never went into elimination games, so I don't deserve to win. But if anything, I feel like that's even more evidence that I do. Because I went through this whole experience and I never got a single vote. I never was voted by anyone, not once, and I never got last place in a challenge. So I think from what I wanted to do, I played the game perfectly. I played the game exactly how I wanted to. I flew under the radar when I had to, and I stepped up and I won when I had to. And that's why I think I played the Trials. I think Habu played good Stardew Valley. He won a lot of challenges. He definitely had a streak, and he did say he thinks he deserves it because he played a good, honest game. I don't think that's what the Trials are about. I think the Trials are about getting in the mix and are about adapting, and I think I did that better.
All right, Habu.
I'm going to touch on some points that Therm just touched on. I was never given an opportunity to be able to get into the mix. Because of why? Your alliances. You say that in the spirit of the Trials, it's not about who played the best Stardew. Yes, you technically won more games. If you count the last one, it was actually 3-3. But at the same time, I still won just as many. And the Trials, the competition, is the Trials. Sure, there's an entire social aspect of the game, but I was never able to play it because everybody was after me day one. So I was beelined into exactly one position the entire time, which was to win. And to me, I played that game to the best of my capability, and I'm here now because of it.
Thank you both, but it is now time for the jury to vote for who they think deserves to win the Stardew Valley Trials.
I had a hard time with picking. You both deserve this. Hope this is the right choice.
Thank you for allowing me some catharsis. I will vote for you to win.
I'd rather jump in an ice bath than choose between these two right now.
Before last week, this seemed really obvious, but now I'm not so sure. I hope this is the right decision.
I've been wrestling with this for a little while. I had a really hard time coming to a decision. Honestly, I didn't come to a decision. I left it up to a coin flip.
The votes are officially locked in, but we're not going to reveal it just yet. Because, come on, you gotta build some excitement.
Yeah.
Oh, is this where we can find out who the audience favorite is? Is this what's happening?
That's one of the things we'll do. So one of the benefits...
Things!
Okay. One of the benefits of being on the jury is that you still get to influence the outcome of the game through your questions, through your vote, etc. But now that the winner's fate has been sealed, I want to give the other participants a chance to chime in.
I'm curious what the other people think of like who should win, like who didn't vote.
Yeah, let's go down the line. Gug, if you were on the jury, who would you vote for?
Oh, well, I don't want to say that.
Yes, we're going to. In front of everyone. Come on, Gug.
Probably
Red, you
Habu,
made
since
this
I agree with like he played a clean game.
Coming from the dirtiest player, that's very nice.
As much fun as I had I was dying laughing watching the video.
Why couldn't you switch this up when we were still in the game?
I've done a lot of soul searching after the event.
I feel like I'm really in the middle. I could see it both ways, but I know that I just have a feeling Habu's gonna win. But I do think that Therm should get a fighting chance because he really did play like the mind games part. He had like Seanie was like really the mastermind, but Therm was right there and he was like, he knew what waves to ride on, you know what I mean? I feel like that's something to be, I don't know, that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Lee, what do you think?
Honestly, I think if it was in my position, I would vote for I feel like crowd favorite, the purple boy out here, Therm. Just because, I don't know, I feel like he's come so far this way, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
That was cute. All right, Kerri.
Alrighty, if I had to vote, I think I would lean towards Habu, because Therm did say that he played the game, but I think Habu really, he played the Stardew Valley Trials, he was in almost every challenge and he found a way to survive it, so I would go for him.
Arlie.
Oh god. So I think I would choose Habu, only because just what Habu said at the end. He never really got a chance to play the social game. Everybody just kind of wanted him out, and the fact that he is still here and he is the last two, despite everybody targeting him from the beginning, I just think that's really, really impressive. And I can't even imagine the stress of having to do as many elimination challenges as he had to do, despite how good you are at the game. I just can't even imagine mentally having to do that every week. Yeah, I think the fact that we weren't able to even, nobody really gave Habu the chance to socially make any alliances, and he's still here, is just really impressive to me.
Okay, Brooke, what do you think?
I would definitely go with Habu as well. I think that he played the game, and if I was in Habu's position where, I did everything I could and then didn't win, I would be the saltiest Bia in all the land. I would rage supreme, so yeah.
All right, and Lichat.
If I was on the jury, I would have voted for Habu. Habu was targeted the entire time. He was in the most eliminations and really proved his place in the finale. If I can't win it, my teammate should.
All right, thank you all. Very interesting.
Well, after thinking about it, I would have voted for...
Oh, also Blade is here in the back. He's been hiding the whole time. Blade, what do you think?
Blade? Blade, get out of there!
Get out of here!
I would have reluctantly voted for Habu. I say reluctantly because he already won the Stardew Cup. Everyone loves a good winning challenge run, and Habu needs to be rewarded for that.
Thank you all. Throughout the trials, there was a ton of amazing artwork that the fans sent in. That's right, we're not revealing yet. And I wanted to take a second to show some of that off. So while that plays on the screen, I would also just once again like to just say how much I have appreciated all the support that the trials have received and how excited you guys have all been each week to watch. So editing this together has definitely not been an easy task, but your comments and live reactions to the episodes have made it all so worth it. So thank you all from me and from everyone else.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
But for as much as the fans love the series, sometimes they get a little confused. Particularly with the spelling of participants' names.
Yes. My God.
Throughout the series, we have kept
iconic.
track of the typos that viewers have made, and so here they all are, dramatically read by the competitors.
Yes.
Let's go, Baldy!
Every time TheHaboo swears, he owes $50 to the prize money.
Beanie getting the villain edit. Blame the producers.
R.I.P. partyarlie and Brookelle. Sad.
This Therm.
And Sinai.
Hi, Waligug.
Can you please edit just a gong noise after that?
Waligug.
I'll let it up.
H-boo then, boo.
Why is Shawnee the villain?
Coffee.
No, Lichatton.
No more Shawnee and Therm. Shoon. Shoon.
Lamal, Cat, McCleskey.
Team Therm.
That was gross.
Leapalot with the big brain.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
I was trying to kill my dad!
I can't believe that's me.
Oh, and this one was Leap? Oh my god, this is so much friendly fire.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna mention it really
Friendly fire.
GG's, Grandabin. Leap, I was your partner.
Listen.
I'm so sorry, Frogfather.
Brannigan is a coward for not picking Shawnee. There, I said it. When Shawnee inevitably knocks out Brannigan out, remember this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe. At a point. You
Good
did have
guy,
a point.
Mike.
TheHaboo.
Duh. Seance deserve death.
Habak is going to lose. He is a speedrunner.
Bob.
Another one from Habu.
Leap, please allies with Habooble.
In the suggestions for Season 2 competitors, I completely forgot to mention some of the great folks from the Stardew Valley Cup, like Fuzzalicious. Is that supposed to be Fuzzierno?
That sounds like DiGiorno.
It's not delivery, it's Fuzzierno.
It's
Fuzzierno.
Wow.
And now, it is time to reveal the fan favorites voted by the people. I am milking this as much as I can. All right.
I'm gonna be upset if it's not Ren, by the way.
All right, with over 2,500 responses.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Wow.
Holy cow.
The fan favorite, with 30% of the popular vote, was between these three people: Habu, Seanie, and Therm.
Really?
Oh
I love that.
But the person who was the fan favorite is going to get a nice little extra $100 bonus. With 30% is Therm.
Oh my
God!
Dude.
And now it is time to continue building excitement.
Oh
All
my
right, this is
God.
the last
Pee in my
thing. This
pants.
is the last thing.
Do it. Do it.
I swear to God.
I promise it's worth it this time, though. There were a ton of people that enjoyed the trials, but I wanted to take a second to read a quick message from one fan in particular. Hello, final competitors. It's me, Concerned Ape.
Oh my God.
You made the thing.
I've been watching every step of the way, and what a journey it's been. Alliances have been made, and alliances have been betrayed. Seeds were sown, whence both sweet and bitter fruit has grown. And though many competitors have come and gone, the friendship and memories will always live on. No matter who wins, you should be proud to have come this far. Now, on behalf of Grandpa, Mr. Key, and myself, best of luck to the future Trials star.
Wow.
Break
That was
my
very
poet.
No way.
Hello,
Amazing.
Shakespeare who?
And now for real, let's reveal the winner of the Stardew Valley Trials.
Oh my god.
I'm going one by one, and KingNooblit's vote is first.
Wow.
Nooblit voted for Habu. That is 1 vote Habu to 0 votes Therm. Matt voted for Therm. It's 1 vote each. Brandigan voted for Habu. 2 votes Habu, 1 vote Therm. Seanie voted for Therm. 2 votes Therm, 2 votes Habu. And it all comes down to Leapalot.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
You dropped out, and now you get the pin.
Matthew, please. Hold yourself together.
Oh my god.
All right. And the winner of the Stardew Valley Trials is Habu.
I'd love to shake your hand right now.
Hey, Habu has won. I forgot this entire time to mention the prize pool at all. It is over $7,000.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Can I?
That's
Z,
wacky.
Can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead. You wanted to say something?
I said during the fishing minigame that I'm in this for the trophy and not the money at this point. I do thank you. Z, thank you for putting this on. Thank you everybody for being a part of this. It's been fun. I hope everybody else had fun. I appreciate the votes. Therm, again, firm handshakes. It was close. We both played great games. But as for the prize pool, it is basically going to be split between everybody.
Let's go!
I was in this to have fun. I'm pretty sure everybody here had fun, except for maybe Wally and Ren because they didn't get to play. But
No, I had fun anyway. I had fun anyway.
you know, it was a fun time. So thank you.
I want to change my vote.
Matthew, it's understandable.
Thank you all for such an amazing season of the Stardew Valley Trials. I am very excited for the future, and I will see you all in Season 2. Don't forget the shirts. Okay, thanks. Bye.